the front page of The Australian. Outbreak state not fit to trace, staff shortages, systemic problems behind second wave crisis in Victoria. A shortage of public health professionals in the Victorian bureaucracy is being blamed for the second wave of COVID-19 cases sweeping Melbourne, with a lack of contact tracers and an inability to train them at scale, leaving the state more vulnerable than if the transmissions had occurred in New South Wales, as the number of active infections in the state from an unknown source reached 456 on Wednesday. Those central to the national pandemic response said there was a systemic problem within Victoria's Department of Health and Human Services. This is a claim that's had legs for about 24 hours, I must say, Caleb, and it really strikes at the heart of the way in which the state of Victoria, certainly the bureaucracy, is being managed.
Well, we were more or less saying it a week ago. I mean, this outbreak in Victoria has only happened in Victoria. Hasn't happened in SA, hasn't happened in WA or New South Wales. And of course, New South Wales, as we've mentioned before, was where the Ruby Princess happened. And you would think New South Wales would be the worst performing state in terms of coronavirus. But this outbreak, this second wave, has only happened in Victoria. And the evidence is mounting that the reason that has happened in Victoria is because Daniel Andrews and his government and his bureaucracy were not on top of cases. There was not adequate contact tracing. They did not have adequate resources for testing. In fact, they've had to send tests interstate because they can't keep up with the number they have in their own state. Everything points to a complete failure by Victoria to keep on top of coronavirus, and in doing so, they have created a second wave. Daniel Andrews and his government have created a second wave. He still refuses to admit it. Now, I'm sure there are people who've broken the rules. There are probably people who've broken the rules right across the country, but he can't shoulder all of the blame on those people when it's clear that it has not happened in any other jurisdiction. It's only Victoria, and the reason for that is that Victoria and its government helped it happen. They need to admit that.